So this is How to Kill an Hour. Today's show is brought to you by Audible.com. Yeah, you can get yourself a free audiobook to download and 30 days free trial by going to where, Ace?
HowToKillAnHour.com/free to get stuck into over 180,000 titles for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
That's right. HowToKillAnHour.com/free to get your hands on a free audiobook from Audible and 30 days free use of their service. Anyway, let's go on with the show.
You serious?
Yes, I'm Marcus Bronzy.
And I am DJ Ace.
And there's plenty of ways to kill an hour out there. But right now, you're killing one with us.
I know.
Yeah. Thank you for all of those that are subscribing, rating and commenting on iTunes. When you subscribe, you get exclusive access to new bits, starting off with How to Kill an Hour animation is up there as well.
That's right.
And also, somebody is going to win a free t-shirt and mixtape from DJ Policy, right?
That's right. We'll find out who a little bit later on in the podcast.
Also, if you haven't got an iPhone and you want to listen to us via SoundCloud, Mixcloud, YouTube, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn app as well now as well. All you have to do is go to howtokillanhour.com. Everything you need is there.
We're on TuneIn. I didn't even know we was on TuneIn. You're doing wonders, Marcus Bronzy.
Yeah, well, you know.
Isn't
Mixcloud soon as well.
Isn't TuneIn just for like radio stations though?
I think it was meant to be, but we're on there.
Oh wow. That's dope.
So you can tune in via TuneIn.
There you go.
What's coming up in today's show, Ace?
Today we are going to talk about horror films. We're going to talk about Idris Elba.
Yeah.
And
Money Pullups. Interesting vending machines.
Yeah, extremely interesting vending machines. And why Marcus Bronzy is such a pussy when it comes to horror films.
Right, let's get stuck in.
So what's going on?
I'm all good, man. Let's hop straight into KillABit, man. You know, last week I was speaking about poo, and the week before as well, and you don't like that.
Nah.
Well, I killed a bit of time this week with a brand new website that I'm loving. It's called Poop Fiction.
Oh my god. What does that mean?
Basically, it's a website designed for you when you're going to do a poo. Basically, it's like people contribute by writing little stories when they're on the toilet, and you can read them while you're on the toilet. So let me go on it right now. It's wicked, Ace, man. I can just see your face right now.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, Ace is still in Ibiza.
I am
enjoying his life.
I'll be back. I'll be back next week in the studio with you in cold London.
That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, Poop Fiction is readpoopfiction.com. When you go to it, you can pick whether you want a story that's 1 to 2 minutes long, 2 to 3 minutes, 3 to 4, or 4 minutes plus, and you can find a little story while you're going in. I'm not gonna lie, I'm more of a 4 minutes plus guy.
No, I'm a quick one. Quick.
Are you in and out?
I'm a 2-minute.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm a cruster. I like to chill there for a while.
Crust?
I call it crust. I call it crusting.
That's disgusting.
You sit there for a while.
That's nasty.
So that's how I recommend you kill a bit this week. It's called readpoopfiction.com. How you been killing some time, Ace?
On the beach with a slush puppy and some alcohol and sunglasses and shorts and slippers.
All right. Sorry. Whatever. And it's your big night tonight, isn't it? Yeah,
tonight we are turning up at Soul City. Yesterday, you know what? Yesterday I went to Tiny Temper's pool party. It was a movie, man. That's the only way to really explain it. It was an absolute movie. Like it was such a movie. Yeah, the cameos themselves were amazing. Like, they weren't advertised. Krypton Conan just popped up. Young'un, Sneak Bo, Wretch 32, KEB. It was an absolute movie. It was a movie.
Wow. I fancy KEB so much, you know.
Yeah, do you know what? KEB needs a leggings endorsement deal. Policy's with me. Have you seen KEB's legs? Jeez. That is the seal of approval from Policy. Yeah,
a one-word G.
Yeah. And you know what it is? She comes across as really like super down to earth. You know what I mean?
That's what I love.
Yeah, and I think that's very attractive, extremely attractive.
Girl next door. She's girl next door, right?
Yeah.
She's like, she a ginger?
Come on. Yeah, I don't want to call her a ginger. That sounds really offensive. Let's call her a redhead.
Well, let's call her, what do you call it? Call a pot, kettle black. What's it? Call a sparrow.
I don't know.
It?
Ginger sounds a bit
spade
rude.
a spade.
Is she ginger or redhead?
It's kind of like a in between. No.
Yeah.
It's like in the middle.
Policy says she's in the middle.
She's in the middle, so she's almost ginge. She's half ginge, halfway ginge.
Yeah. Well,
I like ginger people. I think it's a good look.
Ed
Plus,
Sheeran's kind of made them cool, innit? So they're not. I don't think they're the butt of everyone's jokes anymore.
exactly. Plus, he's getting some Sherzinger up in there. Boy, the allegations are true.
Is that true then? Yeah.
I don't know. But, you know, I was honestly thinking for her, you know, she linked up with somebody like Ed Sheeran. He could give her that hit.
Do you understand what it means to men everywhere that Ed Sheeran is beating Nicole Scherzinger? So when I say beating, I mean having sexual intercourse.
Not Chris Brown beating.
Yeah, not Chris Brown beating. I mean having sexual relations. Nicole Scherzinger, Ed Sheeran.
Do you think Lewis Hamilton's upset about that?
Nah.
Yeah, how does Lewis Hamilton feel?
I think Lewis Hamilton is cool. Like he's like whatever in it. Like, do you know what's funny? We think Lewis Hamilton's gonna be a little bit upset, yeah. But can you even imagine the caliber of Lewis Hamilton's Black Book? Amazing.
Trust me, F1 stars, they live life. Okay, they enjoy life. But to go back to what you said about Ed Sheeran, I reckon guitar sales have gone through the roof.
100%. 100%.
Acoustic guitars, ginger people are buying those right now. Yeah, that's like, you know, you have those starter kit memes on the internet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It should be ginger hair, a guitar. What else would you need? Has Ed Sheeran got a lot of tattoos?
Yeah, you need that.
Yeah, there you go.
And I can imagine red hair dye has gone through the roof. And also, the number one search on YouTube is guitar tutorials.
Exactly.
You can learn anything on YouTube, you know that?
Yeah, literally.
It's great for
anything.
Anything. Nah, anything. It's not an exaggeration. Anything.
I learned how to. I'm honestly the same. I was doing some wiring in my house with some phone line stuff. Boring, but I didn't know how to do it. Went on YouTube, found out, did it in one go. No problem. It's the one.
It wasn't me, I promise. But I know somebody who went to Amsterdam and didn't know how to do the things that they do in Amsterdam with papers and trees and stuff, and learned how to do it on YouTube.
So somebody learned how to roll up.
Basically,
is that person you ace? There's no shame in not knowing how to do that.
I'll never indulge in those kind of activities ever.
Okay. Do you indulge in the legal activities in any country that you're in?
In the country that I'm in, like they say, when in Rome, do as.
Okay. What would you do when you're in Scherzinger? Celebrate life. Oh my gosh.
Life celebration.
Ain't she a bit of like a wetters though? Because like she's gone from like one British iconic person to another, like in the space of how long's it been since she broke up and got with Ed? Like it feels like it's been like 2 weeks.
Skepta's next, fam. Skepta, boy better know.
Hey, boy better know she's gonna
slide
get
in.
it.
Yeah, or Big Nasty.
Or not.
If she goes with Big Nasty, I'm fully next.
It's gonna bring the pain.
Ace is literally going to be standing outside the house.
100% next.
On the
And
streets.
then Marcus is gonna come and John Terry you.
Man, Ting Teef in. Are you talking about Ting? Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. You've told Policy, haven't you?
I told Policy your amazing Arsenal story.
Do you know what? I was with the Ting Teef yesterday, you know, the original Ting Teef. If you have no idea what we're talking about, Billy, what episode? Can you find out what episode the Ting Teef was in? Was it episode 1?
Can we rename
was it the one called Cheat the Cheat, that episode, Ace? We spoke about that.
I believe so. And Marcus is the left back for Arsenal.
Can we change it from Ting Teef to John Terry? Because that's straight defender, isn't it?
To a John Terry, yeah. So if you have no idea what we're talking about, we spoke about this in episode 1 called Cheat the Cheat, yeah? And yeah, there's a section called Ting Teef. If you check the show notes, you'll understand what we're talking about. But it's a story of us relieving 4 gentlemen of their females.
Do you know what's funny about Ibiza though? Do you know what's funny about Ibiza? Is you see man them doing that to their own friends. Like I just people watching it. So like if there's a group of like 2 girls, there's 2 girls and there's a group of 4 guys. Like 2 guys are actually going to be winning and the other 2 guys will go out of their way to block their own friends. It's bad.
Oh my gosh. Has anyone been Ting Teefed off Polo when he's out there?
Boy, you know what?
Paula's a good guy.
I was in a DJ booth and I saw something happen. It wasn't me though. I was DJing. I was minding my own business. Yeah, but yeah, it happened to my boy. He weren't happy about it. He wasn't happy at all. These guys came in, swooped, and left.
Yeah. Well, if yeah, boy. Well, you know what? You've got to be careful. You got to watch your goods nowadays, man. It's a dangerous world out there. You know.
But we can't be like spending time like chasing these girls, man. If they want to be free, let them be free, man. Jeez.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
But
they might get teethed. I was with the actual Ting Teef yesterday. We may have to put him on the show. Because he's what he does.
What is he like a vet? Is he like a?
He's that guy that he winds up the man. Them. He's like, well, if somebody says they're in a club and they saw a nice girl. He's like, well, I saw her too, but I let you have her.
Oh, that guy. He's that guy. Oh man.
I could have Ting Teef you. He's. You got to be careful out there on the streets. Speaking of streets, take that subtle segue there. We didn't address that. Sorry, go on.
Go on. No, that was swift. I like what you're about to do.
Yeah, we're segging in. Speaking of streets, we didn't address that whole is he too street to save the world? And when I say is he, I mean Idris Elba. Yeah. That whole story about that there was that, his name's Anthony Horowitz. He's an English novelist, screenwriter, and he writes like mystery and suspense, and he's recently been allowed to write a new James Bond book. And he had an interview where they asked him like about the hype that we have been hyping in the UK, saying that Idris Elba should be the next Bond, right? Do you agree with that, Ace? We've been saying that for time. For a minute. Yeah.
You've said it for a minute, yeah.
Yeah, and he made a little comment saying that he thought Idris Elba was too street to play 007 and the situation weren't really made for him. Like, he just said he wasn't. He said, for me, Idris Elba's a bit too rough to play the part. It's not a colour issue. I think he's probably a bit too street for Bond. Is it a question of being suave? Yeah. But the internet blazed him for that.
Because in not so many ways, he was just saying James Bond's not black. I think he should have just said that.
I don't think it's the black thing, though. I don't think it's the black thing.
What do you think it is?
Like, the actual Bond character was very smooth, martinis. And with, like, Idris, I think he's very rough, you know. When he was on, what did he do on the BBC? What was his thing? What was it?
Luther,
come on. That was crazy. That wasn't Bond. That was, like, the total opposite to Bond.
What, you don't think that Idris could play a smooth guy?
I think he could play the part, but just based on what he's done, I don't think he's quite that smooth martini guy.
I disagree.
That's what I think.
I definitely think if there's a black Bond, it's Idris. I can't actually think of anybody else right now.
I could do it.
No. Who?
What, generally, black or just generally anyone at all that can be a Bond?
No, there's definitely other people.
Who could do the Bond?
But who's popping right now?
If we can get away from the black thing, like who?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Couple of people have said Tom Hardy. Billy said Tom Hardy as well.
Anybody but Mark Wahlberg.
No, it's got to be an English guy to do it, man. I don't know. Do you know what? If I'm honest with you, though, I didn't feel offended when he said that. I didn't feel like he was saying that Bond can't be black. And
I
don't know. When I heard it, I was like, I kind of agreed with him. I thought, and I rate Idris Elba, but if you look at the characters that he's played, he's always played people that haven't got that level of control, that finesse that James Bond has. Like when he was Luther, he was like a policeman that would punch up all of the suspects. When he was in The Wire, he definitely wasn't anything like James Bond.
And even when he did the Mandela. Do you know what I mean? It was still very rough and very, you know, like cultural, very...
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean? Raw, down to the roots. It wasn't really about being suave or drinking martinis. So I think, you know, he's got a point.
I think Idris could do it.
He could do it. I think he could do it. But then it would be like watching the Hulk trying to, you know, seduce girls in porn.
I do think like it'll be I do think like the UK is probably, and to be fair, the world, I don't know, I think they'd have trouble seeing a black Bond. Like there was always that talk about Childish Gambino being Spider-Man. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't think they were really. Why are you laughing?
I don't know. Why
do you know what's
Spider-Man?
Because like, do you know what? Like even Stan Lee said, yeah, like I like this guy for Spider-Man.
Wow.
Why can't he do it though? What? Because he's black?
No. Wow.
But that's the States. But let's bring it back to what James Bond is. What about the people that say England definitely has more white people than black people in it, right? James Bond, does he not represent the English man, right? not the London man,
Yeah.
the Northwest London man, South London man, just the English man in total.
Yeah.
So, is it too early for a typical Englishman to be represented for a black man?
No.
Are there enough black people in the UK for us
No.
to say?
No, it's
Is
not,
it?
It's
Okay.
not too early. We've got a black president of the United States of America.
Yeah.
Right.
Like times are changing. It's not.
the scale.
Okay.
It is what it is. Like there's black British politicians. Like I don't think it's too early. I think it's actually a perfect time for there to be a black James Bond.
I think it's perfect, but we shouldn't like be saying, it's time to have a black James Bond, so the next Bond has to be black. That's what I'm trying to say.
I agree.
Do you know what I
Okay.
mean?
You're saying get the
so
right
you just
person
think
for
the
the
best
job.
candidate, just the best candidate
best
for the Bond
person
at the
should be
moment
Bond.
is Idris. That's what you think.
I think, yeah. Who unless you've got another actor in mind.
Tom Hardy.
Uh,
No, you know what? No, I don't think Idris is the best black candidate. If there was going to be a black candidate, I think the best black candidate for James Bond would be BBC Radio 1 Extra and Radio 2 used to do Radio 1's Trevor Nelson. He's James Bond.
Trevor Nelson.
That would be a James.
like
Could you
that.
imagine that?
I like
the name's
that.
Nelson.
I like
Trevor
them.
Nelson.
Trevor.
Yes.
He's been smooth all his time. You know, he'll sit at that bar drinking that martini, seducing that girl.
Yeah.
It won't be Hulk-like. It'll be good. Yeah. I like
Come
that.
on, who's going to drink a martini? Idris or Trevor? Who's more likely to drink a martini in real life?
true. Trevor is an
Yes,
undercover
that would
agent.
be it. Trevor Nelson for James Bond. Plus, hasn't it notoriously been when we've always gone, so and so is going to be James Bond, it's going to be this person, going to be this person. They've always surprised us. So if we want Idris to be James Bond, maybe we should start hyping about somebody else being James Bond, and then it will be a curveball, and it would be exciting. Now, if Idris is James Bond, everyone will go, oh yeah, that was meant to be.
That was it.
Maybe
We should
Black-
start
maybe
hyping.
Richard
We
Black
should
would
start
again.
hyping for someone else to be James Bond, and then it might be Idris.
Trevor for Bond. Let's do it.
Yeah,
I reckon
that.
Trevor Nelson for James Bond.
Yeah.
What, should we just wait and see if he can actually act first?
Can he? Has
Can
he
Trevor
done
not
it?
I don't
act?
think he has.
Well, he was on the lick. Like he's not camera
Yeah, that's
shy.
a
He's not
presenter,
camera
though.
shy, though. He's not camera shy.
No, but we've never seen him act though.
Haven't you seen him like pantomime or anything? Or even at the BBC?
The most I've seen Trevor do, is this is way back, and I can't believe that I'm drawing for his file like this. Who remembers Iceberg Slim? Remember Iceberg Slim?
Oh,
English enemy.
Iceberg Slim was a rapper from East London who used to rap with American accent and have really funny coloured hair, but his tune was hard.
signed, didn't
He got signed. He was like one of the first UK rappers to get, well, not first, but he was one of them. He did his thing. And Trevor Nelson was in the video as, I think he was either security or he was like his manager or something. Yeah. Just find out on YouTube. Iceberg Slim. The song was called Nursery Rhymes. It was a big tune. It was a big tune.
Test me.
Yeah. Trevor was in the video.
Yeah.
so it could, yeah. So it could be Trevor.
Could be Trevor.
I think I'd go for it. Trevor in a suit. The name's Bond, James Bond. He's like mature, and I mean that in a respectful way. So he's lived some years. So James Bond notoriously has lived a bit of life as well. He's a sort of guy that could blend in. He can speak properly.
Can you see him jumping off a cliff though? Can you see him like hanging?
I could, I could see him with that Krav Maga, that style of kung fu where they'll like, take a mug and like, I don't know, smash you over the head with it and then open a cupboard door and knock your head. Yeah, that sort of kung fu. I could see him doing that, hand-to-hand combat. I could see him firing
combat,
weapons. I could see him driving any vehicle. I could see him flying a helicopter, a tank. I could see him firing a bazooka. I could see him having a watch which has like a trip or like a wire in it where he could like hang off the side of a building. Yes, Trevor Nelson for Bond. Can we do a hashtag Trevor for Bond?
I like that.
Bond. Let's go.
Yes, that's it. But in all seriousness though, it's interesting how Twitter can cause a hype, and it's like they're putting pressure on studios and for like castings and stuff like that. They can do that.
They can do that.
Twitter,
Interesting.
Social media makes things move, and that's the truth. Like, I don't know if I said this on a previous podcast. Like, if you're ever having problem with a certain organization or a certain company, take it to Twitter instantly. Instantly. I had problems with American Airlines. I was stuck in Miami airport for about 10 hours. I was going hashtag mad on them, and they made things move in my DMs. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, if you, I don't know if having the blue tick helps, but just try, go mad. If they think you've got enough followers to make a difference, then yeah, they'll do things for you.
Yeah, I have actually got a friend. She's always like, just go into this bar, just go into that, and she does get hooked up. So yeah. The power of Twitter, man.
The power of Twitter.
Social media, getting you those freebies or getting Ace out of an airport when he needs to.
Exactly.
Wow. But also, there's like, I like it because social media picks up. It's like nothing can slip. Like if you say something or put something out there, nothing can slide. Like the Daily Mail newspaper, they had basically they've been getting absolutely terrorized recently on Twitter because their front page, they've been talking, immigration's a big thing in the UK right now. The Daily Mail newspaper had one headline saying, migrants, how many more can we take? And like was really hyping on migrants. And then 6 days later, they put a picture up of a kid being saved by a serviceman, and they were saying like, this is a tiny victim of a human catastrophe. And social media was like, hang on, how can you turn around as a newspaper one day and say this is bad, and then turn around another day and be like, oh, let's feel sorry for all of the immigrants, stuff like that. So like, what I'm getting at is it seems like social media doesn't let anything slip. Like you can't, you have to be on your A game.
I think back in the day, that would have slid went on the carpet. No one would have noticed. But now, because of the social, that's been highlighted. What we have to understand is papers are there to sell papers, isn't it? They're not there to. They don't have a standing point. They don't have any kind of soul. They don't have any beliefs. It's just literally to sell the papers, whatever it is. So that they know, right, if we put this, how many more migrants, they're going to sell papers. People are going to read that. And then now the situation's developed, and it's like, actually, people are getting slaughtered. It's like, we can't have the standing point of we don't want to support them. We need to change our stance. So boom, they've done what they've done. But even sorry to keep going. So I got my boy put up a Facebook picture, and he was like, wow, they're letting in all of these migrants when there's homeless people in the UK that haven't got a pot to piss in. They've got nothing, so, why is that happening? And he goes, anyway, he's given this homeless person a sandwich and a drink, and he's taken a picture and he smiled at it. So I've reposted that, I've put it out there. And then I got a backlash. Oh, why are you putting this out there? Why are you supporting this? Boom, boom, boom. There's people getting slaughtered, this, that. And I was like, mate, he's giving the homeless guy a sandwich and a drink. That's why I posted the picture. It's got nothing to do with his views. It's not my standing point. That's not my view. But it is what it is. So, but people are proper, like, divided on this. Like, and it's crazy how it's gone like that.
I think as well, the opinion of the general public is changing in this situation all the time. So at first it was like, oh no, we've got no room, we don't want them to come in, we don't want them to come in, we don't want them to come in. And then you see pictures of kids being washed up on shores, and you're like, wow, like this kid's actually dying. Do you know what I mean? Let's let them in. Then you see video of like Germany. I don't know if you guys saw the video of Germany when all the refugees came into Germany, and there was loads of people waiting for them at the airport, clapping for them, and there was kids hugging and stuff. Those were quite warming pictures. And now it's like, okay, well, maybe we should be doing that as well. We should. So I'm saying, I think it's hard to be on. I'm not supporting the Daily Mail or discrediting. I'm just saying they're kind of going with the general public's opinion. At first, it was like, nah, there's no room, and then it's like, okay, do you know what? We get it. Let them come in. So yeah, their headlines are going to change from day to day. It is what it is.
So like them being malleable, do you think it's social media that's changing the paper's opinions, or do you think the papers are changing people's opinions?
Nah, social media is changing the papers. They need to go with the general, because if they go against the grain, that's it. Your paper's not getting bought, and it's hard times for the papers right now with all the internet and whatnot. It's hard times for them. How are they selling the paper when you got in your phone now? Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
So it's not a personal thing. So are you saying policy, like with social media and stuff, that like the way that because the Daily Mail's looking at Twitter and people's responses and Facebook and whatever, all they're doing, the reason they're changing their opinion is because they're like, oh, you know what? Well, let's just get the papers sold. We don't really, not that they don't care, but they don't care what they write to get the paper sold. They just want the paper sold. So if everyone's saying, oh, get out, that's what they're going to write. If everyone's saying we should, not be like that, they're going to write a different story.
Do you think if the Daily Mail continue to go against the grain in this situation, don't you think it's only a matter of time before everyone starts like just boycotting the Daily Mail? It's like, we don't need a Daily Mail to be telling us, to be nasty and not be giving and welcoming and just compassionate, just basic compassion. You can see what's going on. It's peak times. They need to come here. And personally, I think it's way better for people to come in legally than to come in illegally. So it is what it is. Like, I think if you go against the grain, the social suicide. You have to do what people want. You have to do what they say. If they don't do what they say, then it's over for you, man. The thing, they don't actually care. They just want to sell the papers.
That's it. Their number one agenda is to sell papers, and I think the media does influence people. I mean, for instance, like, we probably wouldn't have seen those pictures of them little boys washed up on the sea if it wasn't for the media. Do you know what I mean? And then that's kind of changed people's minds. So I don't know, their number one priority is to sell papers, whether they agree with the situation or disagree with the situation. They just want to get them papers off the shelves. So that's all it really comes down to.
And are they allowed to put things out? Should they be allowed to put things out there that are that deep, or should they just be neutral? Should they just be this is what happened? Like, are they allowed to put? Should they be allowed to put their spin on it though?
Some people will do, I think, just to give it a bit of spice, because everyone's doing the same thing. So if everyone sits on the fence, then you're just gonna have a bunch of same articles. So some people try to go left or right just a little bit, just to give it a bit more of a oomph. But I think personally, when it comes to situations like this, you should just report. You shouldn't add anything to it, because it is what it is. It's real. We want to know about it, but I don't think they should add anything to give it spice at all. Even us, we have to be real careful about what we put out there, because we do influence a lot of people, just the world. Everyone has an influence out there. If you say the wrong thing, it's just not cool. It could be socially suicidal for you. So, you have to be on your toes, everybody. So, and that goes for the papers, that goes for anyone with a view, you just have to be
So what could we do? So if we've got power, we should maybe use our powers sensibly then. Like, so what sort of things could we promote out there? I think on social media we should drive things like tipping the DJ, cash when you like a tune.
Yeah.
I think we should start making a hashtag called TipTheDj and stuff like that. What else could we do out there just to make this, if we're using our social media powers?
I do like that tipping the DJ. Like in some places they do the money pull-ups. Have you ever been?
Yeah, money pull-up. Explain what money pull-up. What's the money pull-up?
So if you don't know, basically you play at certain clubs and you play the tune that someone likes, they'll drop £10 on you to get the reload.
It can be anything though. I've had 50s.
For what? For a pull-up?
I've had €100 for a pull-up in Soul City.
In Soul City?
Like 3 times this season.
Serious?
This season.
Yeah, money pull-ups. I strongly promote that.
Yeah, let's do that. Hashtag money pull-up. So when you go to a club, if you like what the DJ's playing, take out a note. Try not to make it a fiver, because to be fair, it's 2015. Pull out a little note. Throw it to the DJ when they play a tune that you like, and you get to hear it all the way from the beginning again. A money pull up, a reload.
All the way.
Let's do that. Hashtag tip the DJ. So we've got 2 hashtags already. This is a show of hashtags. Is it TrevorForBond or Nelson for Bond? TrevorForBond and hashtag tip the DJ.
There you go.
I've been in a booth where it was like you get £10 for a reload, £30 for a request, and £50 if you want to hold the mic for a little bit.
Was there a price list?
It was a price list.
Where was this?
This was a club in Kingston.
No way.
It was like £10 for a reload, £30 for a request, and £50 you can hold the mic for a little bit.
I'm gonna do that.
For how long's a little bit? Did it say a little bit? Or was it a specific time?
Maybe if you're playing your favourite tune, you get to sing along to it or something, a little karaoke thing.
Let's put it up right there.
We should do it.
Let's put it up there.
I bet we'd make a lot of money
Let's
tonight.
see how it goes.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yes.
People
I like
like
it.
the mic.
Positive move from the DJs. Let's do this, because don't whine about stuff, DJs. Let's start making positive moves.
Yeah.
You should roll around with a little bit of paper in your DJ bag, and you have a bit of blue tack, stick it to the DJ booth. £10 for a request. £30 a bit steep. I reckon £20 for a reload. Is it £10 for a reload?
10 for a reload.
10 for a reload, 20 for a request, and 30 quid. You can hold the mic for a whole song.
For a whole song. Say whatever you want on it.
Yeah. Well, how much for them to get on a mix for you though? How much would you
I don't know about that.
take?
Don't know about that. Because you know what, out here, like, it's free in it to get into soul. So I've seen it. Play the wrong tune and you could be left with nothing. Do you know what I mean? You could have like 300 going ham, and then you play like the wrong tune, and then 5 songs later you're like, right, how come there's only 6 people?
Wow.
One dude on the pole, drunk. Wait, having the time of
Wow.
his life. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. So yeah, no, you can't get on the decks.
Okay.
But
yes,
for a grand, I'll
hashtag
play
DJ.
Spice Girls' Greatest Hits.
I'll play Spice Girls and 5.
Is it? How much would you want to play something like... Oh, wait, are you playing that tune out there? Why you fucking lying?
No, I
Why
need the
you
full
always
version.
Lying. Well, I'll
no.
send that over. You need to be playing that. That's popping off now, that
Pop off in
meme.
the club. The meme.
Yeah, well,
people play memes in the club. I've never played a meme
People
in
are
the
playing
club.
that.
I've never played a
We
meme.
had D's Nuts. We used to play a bit of D's Nuts at the drop of a tune. And Why you always like? Yeah, that's the right now. That is the meme. You know it, don't you? You heard of it, guys?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
But it's only like 10 seconds or something.
People are playing the tune and then mixing in the meme and then mixing in the tune again.
Oh, wow.
So if you want that played, €20. Soul
20
City if you're in
euros.
Ibiza.
Tonight.
Right, for all you listeners for the How to Kill an Hour podcast, Audible is offering a free audio download and a free 30-day trial to give the opportunity to check out their service.
Yes. Audible, Ace.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
I actually don't. I have no idea.
It's like the biggest, best library for audiobooks out there. And like, if you're listening to this podcast, it means you like listening to good content, yeah? So audiobooks are good. And I came across Audible when I was looking for... There's a guy that wrote the 48 Laws of Power, yeah, called Rob Greene. But he also wrote a book with 50 Cent called The 50th Law, which talks about how 50 Cent is just a genius in how he got to where he did. And I went on Audible, downloaded that book, checked it out, and you know what I got to say? 50 Cent is a clever guy, you know. Don't underestimate how clever he is. Like, and that's how I got into Audible, man. Like, plenty of books on there. Like Ace said, over 180,000 books for you to check out. Download your free audiobook by going to where, Ace?
howtokillanhour.com/free.
That's right, howtokillanhour.com/free. And we're not being cockney geezers and saying the number free. It's FREE. So you must see a whole heap of madness in Ibiza, right? Because you're out in Ibiza at the moment. Sorry, DJ Policy, by the way, is the president of Ibiza. If you want to know why, listen back to the last episode. Glad to have your voice back in this recording as well.
It's normal. It's normal.
Have you seen anyone in like a Segway in the club yet?
Oh, do you know what? Yes, Jammer came in with his Segway about 2 months ago, and this is before it kind of waved. So I was like, "Whoa, what is that? Whoa!" And he's doing these little spins and that, and I was like, "Yeah." And then I didn't actually go on it, but I did hold it, and it was quite light. It wasn't too heavy. It was like, okay, this is cool. But I was like, yeah, man, that's Jammer, innit? He must have paid like 2 bags for that. Something crazy. You know, crazy price in it. It was like, yeah, sick. You're almost in awe of it. And then I started doing the research, and then I saw, what, £300? I can get one of these. It's like, yeah, I was like convinced that I was gonna get one sent over so I can be the first one up and down the strip on the Segway. But then I saw it just started to look like a bit of a fad after a while. Just pair people kind of on it, you know, with the people just getting it for the gas. But now I'm like, I see someone on it yesterday. I was like, I want one. I still want one. I don't care. So when I get back, that's my first purchase.
I don't think Segways are gonna make people any more or less. Do you know what the hype of Segways is? This is the honest truth. When we saw Back to the Future, yeah, a man was on a hoverboard, you wanted one, and that's the end of it. You just wanted one, and this is the closest thing we're gonna get to a hoverboard in the next 10 years.
Apparently they've made one though.
Yeah, and I don't believe that. When I see it, I'll believe it, innit?
That is real.
I don't believe it. When I see it in my face, I'll believe it. This is the closest thing we're gonna get to hoverboards, and this is why everybody wants one. This is it. I do think obviously we're gonna get lazier. Do you remember that? Who's seen the movie? What's the movie where you have like a fake person that lives the life for you, and you sit in your house and just control him?
Oh, with Bruce Willis in
Surrogate. Is it Surrogates?
Surrogates, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that could happen in about 50 years from now. But I think right now, Segways is just a hype because we wanted hoverboards, and it's the closest thing that we can get to it.
Would you use a surrogate, Ace, if that happened?
No, that scares. That movie really scared me.
I haven't seen it. What's this?
So basically, Surrogates is basically, it's a movie where you have a robot, basically, a DJ Policy robot. You sit in your house, and he does everything that you should do in a day. So you'll send him to Soul City to play the set for you. You'll send him to the laundrette to wash your clothes. He lives your life. But you're sitting in a house just controlling it. While you're sitting in a house just eating food and getting super fat, he's out just doing everything that DJ Policy would do. He goes out, he interacts with other people's surrogates in the same. Like you might have a meeting with a meeting with Marcus Bronzy, and you're both sending your surrogates to have the meeting, but you'll both be there watching it. But you're sitting in your house. Marcus is sitting in his house. But the Bronzy and Policy surrogates are having a meeting in a restaurant somewhere. It's crazy. It's
and we might go for a rave as well. Like go out raving.
You go raving. Like you have like some weird sex with other surrogates It's weird.
What, you think in 50 years' time that's how people want to
Not
live
maybe
life?
not 50 years time, but I think.
Now you
that
said
could
it's
happen.
50 years. You've put the pressure on all the robot makers out there.
You think people want to live life like that in 50 years' time?
People are lazy, you know.
Mate, I don't know what kind of life that is.
People in about 200. I didn't say 50 years is a bit deep. Maybe like a couple hundred years that could happen.
All right, so you've seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Did it look appealing?
No.
It did look like a bit of fun. I'd have a go.
You would have.
I'd have a go. I'd probably do something freaky. Like I'd want to know what it's like to just walk down the street to be a buff girl or something like that. I'd want to know. I'd just walk down the street.
You can be a girl. You can have a girl.
It could be anything you want.
You can be whoever you want.
So you
anything
don't
you
even know who you're talking to or interacting with, nothing.
Nah.
So, I'm gonna, nah. You know what, we're not gonna go there. But listen,
Wouldn't you be intrigued though to just walk down the street as someone totally different?
nah,
I would.
fam, that's scary,
I would walk
man.
down the street as a chick, and I'd be like, I'd go down the street. I probably wouldn't enjoy it. Yeah, I'd try it out for a day. Then the next day, I don't know. I might try and be. I don't know. Like, you could be. You know what I'd do? I'd just copy someone famous, and I'd be them.
You could be a 70-year-old paedophile.
What?
Oh,
And
you know what?
And
You know
and you're
what?
now going out there as some, I don't know, 16-year-old, preppy.
So
you
you
know,
mean like the
rich
way that
kid.
people catfish now? People could
Oi,
be catfishing
the
surrogates.
levels, fam. The levels, like, come on.
Whoa.
That is just wrong.
Go and watch
I think
the
there is a
movie
part of the film where they burst in on someone's room and their surrogate is like a young lady,
Yeah.
and then they burst in on their room, and it's actually a guy, like a big old fat guy.
Oh, so they're catfishing the film. There is see? Whoa.
That's a good point. People will be abusing that sort of stuff. So are we not getting? We're getting towards that sort of. We're moving that way. I mean, like, if I feel like there's a machine for everything. There's like gadgets for anything. There's like even a French fries machine that's coming available, like a vending machine for fries. So you can order some fries at a vending machine.
Well, and it cooks it, like, and then it gives it to you.
Yeah, like self-stirring teacup. Like, stuff like that.
No, they have weird shit like that in Japan. I'm gonna be really honest with you. In Japan, this is some of the craziest shit I've ever seen in my whole life. You go to a vending machine in certain areas, and you think I'm bullshitting. This is the truth. You could probably find this online. You go to a vending machine, and you put your money in the machine, and out comes, like we used to get them balls, and there's a ball, and you'd open it and there'd be a toy inside, like Kinder eggs, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you go to a vending machine, you put your money in, a ball comes out, and in the ball is a picture of a young girl, or seems to be a young girl in a school uniform, and what you get is her underwear used.
Oh,
no word of a lie.
from the machine.
From the machine.
Oh.
Used underwear.
Whoa.
And you get a picture of her and it's like, these are my underwear. Like, what kind of life are they
Ace.
living? Yeah.
What did they taste like?
He must have been.
It's weird. So
What
I mean,
did they- were they
crazy.
used?
Did you smell
What they say it's used, innit? So it's like,
But
it's
where
a
they
picture
used
of her.
Ace? Did you do the smell test?
I never even got none.
How
But
much did it cost?
I saw the machine. I was like, what is this?
How much did it cost?
I can't remember.
How much did it
This
cost
is-
you,
this is
Ace?
like
How
2000
much money
this
did
was
you put in the machine when
2004.
you purchased this?
This was 2004.
Surely you
So
wanted to see what it was like to purchase
I'm,
some underwear.
I'm pretty sure with inflation, it's gone up. What money is it? Yen in Japan.
Yen.
Yen, yeah. So yeah, you put your yen in the machine, you get used underwear of a young girl in a school uniform and a picture of her, and she's like, this is my underwear, and then I don't know what you're supposed to do with that.
I'd sell a bit of my underwear if I can make some money off it. Wouldn't
Marcus,
you?
are you listening to what you're saying?
Mate, she's in the school uniform. Listen, we need to take to social media and use our powers for good. And
Yeah, let's lock that off, man. Lock that
Lock
off.
Oh yeah, we need to hashtag no underwear. I don't know what the hashtag is for that.
No,
that's a
vending,
that's a bit
vending
funky.
machine underwear.
Yeah, no,
No vending machine underwear. Yeah. No to vending machine underwear. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
They can't
Ace,
be-
I'd really like to know what they tasted like though.
What? I don't think you're supposed to
vendor
eat
pants.
them, bro.
No vendor pants.
Oh, I thought it was like a chewing gum sort of thing. You know.
No, it's underwear. It's actual underwear, Marcus Bronzy.
No vendor pants.
This is
Wow.
for like really pervy guys because in Japan, not to say that they like underage girls, but they're really into the young girl looking thing. So
What's
The schoolgirl fetish. Yeah.
they got the schoolgirl
fetish.
fetish.
What's the difference?
Well, the difference is it could be a 24-year-old in a school uniform.
But they're not schoolgirls, are they? And you're 24.
I know, but they're wearing a school uniform, so it's a schoolgirl fetish.
Do you know what this? I was having a conversation the other day, and this came up. And this is.
Don't judge me. Yeah.
You got to tell me whether I'm a bit weird for this, yeah. But I really hate horror films. Like I like thriller and suspense, but I hate like horror films where you see people getting cut, like Hostel and stuff like that, where you see people getting cut into, and you see. Is it Hostel where you see quite graphic things?
Yeah, Hostel's a mad one.
And like Saw and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because
Saw is one of my favourite movies.
Yeah. Bill said he's a pum pum for that, and I am as well, because like it's too real for me. And people are like it's not, but I'm like, it looks real. So like, imagine you've got two screens in front of you, two iPads. On your right hand side, you've got like a film where something nasty's happening, where it looks really real, and in your left hand, an actual real video of it. They look the same. So in my eyes, people are paying to go to the cinema to see people really dying in real life, yeah? And then people don't get it until I change it into this. If I say, right, what if I had Ariana Grande, yeah, dressed up as a schoolgirl, looking really young, yeah, a rude video of her, yeah, in my left hand, and then in my right hand, I had some inappropriate child pornography, yeah? Both of them look the same. You know Ariana's of age, but you know that the girl in the one other video is not. Isn't it just as sick?
No, it's
That's how I feel when I'm watching horror films.
Let me explain why.
You get what I'm saying, though?
No, I get what you're saying, but the truth is, innit? You know. Like, for instance,
that's like me saying, well, I know Ariana's of age, so it's cool.
You do. No, but it's my point. Seeing horror films, yeah, this is the thing. I'll be very honest with you, yeah. I never used to appreciate horror films. I used to hate them, proper hate them. But once you sit down and you're like, this is a movie, and you try and find the humor in certain things, you'll start to enjoy it. When you start to like look at the way people react to getting their head chopped off and stuff, it's actually quite funny and it's actually quite entertaining. I'm gonna be honest with you.
How can there be humor in it though?
No,
it looks so
let
real.
me tell you.
It looks too real.
Now you see horror films, yeah. You see films where there's like a ghost or somebody's getting possessed by demons and that, yeah. I can't watch that shit. I can't watch.
But then that's genuinely come on,
scary.
bro.
But you see if it's like but if you see it's like me versus a man with a chainsaw, yeah, that's cool, isn't it? Because in that situation, I got a 50-50 chance I might be able to brack him up. So like that, I can't really. I don't like them films with the poltergeist and all that kind of stuff. But if it's like a man running around with a chainsaw and that, yeah, we can roll in it. It's fine.
I remember back in the day.
But that's sick. No, sorry, I can't have that. That's sick though. You're watching somebody cut someone up with a chainsaw, but just because it's a film and you've been told it's not real, it's cool. But it looks real. It looks real.
Do you know what?
You're sick, Ace.
Check this
You're
out.
sick, man. And everyone else are watching those films. You're sick.
I'm back in it. So back in the day, I remember watching Friday the 13th was coming on in it. It was coming on late, yeah. Freddy Krueger, and everyone was talking about this film in it. And I remember staying up, and it got 10 minutes of the film, and I was too scared to watch it. I didn't watch it. I said, no, I'm not watching it. I went to bed. Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, I was shaking. I didn't even watch the film. It's like, wow, it was on. It's like, man, have you tried to watch that film now?
It's a joke.
That film is like too much jokes, yeah. All like it's just jokes, isn't it? It's jokes. They're old school horrors, and then I realised, all right, actually, they need to do something to scare me. Like I have to, so I start watching them, and now like it takes a lot to scare me from a film. Like,
but those were like old school ones. I get it. Those are like funny to look at now. Yeah. But when you look at things like Human Centipede,
even that, that's like,
how is that funny?
It's about, mate, come on.
How can that be funny? I didn't even watch it. I refused. I was like, I'm old enough now to make my own decisions. I'd rather watch a Disney film. Up all day long. I will watch that. Yeah.
I watched
no,
it
it's sick. Yeah. But like, I don't know. That's just how I don't know. That's how I feel quite strongly about it. You'll never find me in a horror film or watching films that are really graphic because it just looks too real for me now, man. I feel like I'm watching the real thing.
I don't like watching, like, you've got, why is it on the internet it's littered with like bad stuff, like people getting shot and heads coming off.
Yeah, and that's just decent. But so you can watch. So you don't like those videos. I don't like those videos. I'm not letting this drop, am I? So you don't like those videos. So you don't like a video of someone in real life getting shot, yeah, for example. But if there was a second screen open, and I told you this looks real, but it's just a film, you're cool with that.
It's a film though, so it's been acted out. They've had to do something extraordinary to make it look as real as possible.
But
so
you can
appreciate it. You can appreciate the art.
I couldn't watch the video the other day of the news reporter getting shot.
That was,
I couldn't watch that. I couldn't watch that. But I'll play Grand Theft all day and shoot everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
But I couldn't watch the news reporter
Grand
getting
Theft
shot.
doesn't look real enough though. If Grand Theft Auto looked really real, I don't think I could enjoy playing that game. I wouldn't enjoy drapes and a man out of his car. Drapes! Like when he's driving down the street and running him over. But I don't mind doing it in GTA now because it doesn't look it's not real enough. It's still a cartoon to me.
Nah, I can't watch real stuff, but horror film, like I've got the Saw box set. I love Saw. I think Saw is a very clever film. It got a little bit silly in the middle, but I like the first 2 or 3 was sick in both senses of the word. But yeah,
just like thinking, nah, man. I haven't seen them all. I might have seen the first one. Like
the guy cuts his own leg off.
That's the first. That's it. I remember that.
You don't even find it funny the way he's screaming and cutting his own leg off.
Mate.
That is funny because like he was just going ah while cutting his own leg off.
So if I got like a bunch of videos and said, "Yeah, these are all just films," and you'd watch them all and laugh, and then at the end I went, "Yeah, they're actually real." What would that do?
I would
punch you with that.
I would know that they were real. You can tell the difference between a film and a real video. Come on, you can actually tell the difference.
I don't know, man. Some stuff just looks too real.
Like the music, the drama. You'd have to turn the sound off. You'd have to, and then you'd have to show me.
I've got a friend that he will remain nameless. He loves to Google that sick stuff.
Oh, I don't know why.
Like animals eating people and people hurting themselves and crashes. That he was that guy I think that would like go on these sites and like. He'd be like, yeah, seen all of that. Like, there's always a joke. Like, if there's like a show like Killer Whale versus Crocodile or something, we'll all send him a screenshot of it and say, yeah, have you watched it yet? Like, you see, I don't know, man. You see he loves that stuff.
You see when you lot like, I'm not saying like just a pause moment, but when you stay over, do you like sleep with one eye open at night, like, just in case he decides to get up and go mad and reenact what he's seen?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then like, there's like, yeah, and to go back to that guy, the body cam, that was just, I don't know.
That was deep.
Well, why did he do that though? What's going through his head?
Billy knows the story. Billy, producer, what happened?
Apparently, the killer was he was gay, and the people like taking the mick out of him, kind of bullying him in some sort of way, and he took offence to it rather violently, and
What?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So, bullying in the workplace, he resorted by shooting them back.
Hey, Marcus Bronzy.
Oh my gosh.
I've got 8% left on my laptop. I think we should keep this in the podcast. I've got 8% left on my laptop.
All right. We've got a charger.
Oh no, we've got a charger. We've got a charger.
Okay, cool. Well, we've got like about 8 minutes left of recording time now. Anyway.
Okay, cool.
And I don't know. I just feel like. Sorry to close it on this one and move on, but I just feel like the more stuff that we see out there, whether it's real or fake, I feel like the more you ingest, the more you put out. You are what you eat. You are what you see. You are what you hear. You are what you feel. That's just how I feel. So I'm.
Can I just touch on it quickly?
Go on.
It sounds like someone that was battling with their sexuality, because if you're gay, whether you're black, white, pink, blue, whatever, if you've accepted it and you're getting teased for it, you kind of you just accept it. Banner that off. Do you know what I mean? Because that's you. But if you're not quite accepting of what you've decided to, which route you've decided to go down, and I'm trying to choose my words very carefully because I don't want no one coming back on me in the mad thing. Yeah, I think that if you're not like happy with it and people are teasing you, you're gonna take offense and you're gonna lash out in the way that he did. Do you know what I mean? So it just sounds like he you know those boys that you tease, some people that you tease, and then they're like they start getting aggressive with it because they're it's like they're ashamed rather than accepting. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, and I get it, and it's for me. It's not even. It's just the reacting so violently, man. Like it's putting a body cam on to show it to people. Like,
man, like why? Like,
I don't know, all I know is now if I see someone wearing a body cam, I'm now shook. What are you doing?
Do that. See, that's
what are you doing?
That's the power.
All joking aside,
media.
But we've got to wrap this up soon. But we need to kill a question real quick. If you want to get involved and ask us a question, we will answer it. Anything you want. Hashtag how to kill an hour. Use that on social media. We will find the question and we'll answer it. Like Phil Palmer in Wigan said he enjoys listening to us on long train journeys. Have we got any other tips to kill time on a long journey? Ace?
What I like to do on long train journeys, is look at other people in the carriage and work out where they're going, where they're coming from, and make up stories about who they are and stuff. Yeah, people watching is amazing. Like, because you can make up anything in your mind about what the person sitting opposite you does for a living. Like, don't be like pervy or anything. But yeah, there you go. People watching is always a good. Oh no, should I tell you the on it side? So to jump to another thing, the best way to kill time on train journeys is to work out what you would do if you won the lottery. That takes me like 2 hours. Every time.
You're throwing ones in your head for 2 hours.
No, for 2 hours.
Spraying
if
ones.
you work out how you would spend 10.5 million, that will take you 2 hours.
Peak times. Yeah.
But how to spend millions, I think that's the best way. Also, last week we promised somebody would be getting a free t-shirt and mix CD from DJ Policy for the best comment on iTunes. Billy has randomly selected one from EIN. And he said 3,600 seconds later, he goes, I strongly recommend to listen to this podcast. I was strongly recommended to listen to it by some friends. Boy, it did not disappoint. If it was a film trailer, I would rate it 10 out of 10. And if it was Zoo, it would get 5 stars.
Jeez.
Wow. Oh no, what did he say? Sorry. If it was in Zoo magazine, it would get 10 out of 10 and 5 stars total film. So yeah, big up you, EIN. Yeah, that's an hour killed, Ace.
Done. I'll be back in London next week.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and comment on iTunes, or you can go to howtokillanhour.com to stream us any other way. What do we like them doing, Ace, when they subscribe on iTunes?
Like, review, report. Can they report?
Rate, comment.
Rate, comment, review. Just everything you want to do. Share. That's one of the main things to do. Share. Do whatever you can. Play it loud. Do that annoying thing of when you get on the bus, play it through your phone loud.
Yeah, and annoy everyone. Do that. 100%.
Yeah.
There are plenty of ways to kill an hour. I've been Marcus Bronzy.
I've been DJ Ace.
And I've been DJ Policy.
Thanks again for joining us, Policy, man. It's always a pleasure.
I had a good time last week and I had a good time this week. Thank you for having me, brother.
Bruv. Anytime. Yeah, next week Ace is going to be back in the UK with me, and we may have a special guest as well.
Yeah, I tried to get one for this week, but I got blown out. I tried to get. Should I say who I tried to get?
Yeah, go on.
I tried to get Alexandra Burke. She's in Ibiza at the moment, and I saw her a couple of days ago. She's with her boyfriend, though, guys. Everyone chill out. Yeah. But,
maybe he was blocking.
I hated to see her go, but I loved to watch her leave.
I would have liked that.
Yeah,
maybe he blocked.
Yeah. But yeah, she could make it.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll be back next week. Bless.
Hey!